All right, happy Saturday. We are in Uwharrie National Forest. We're gonna do a section of the Uwharrie Trail. So Uwharrie Trail stretches from one end of the Uwharrie National Forest to the top. So Wood Run to Tots Mill Farm, I think, Tots Hill Farm. I plan on doing the whole thing in October, going halfway camping, finishing it out, and then really beautiful land out here. They say these hills are volcanic in nature, and they used to be about 20,000 feet, and then through erosion they went away. So hey, it might be true. The flood could have taken them down. I don't know. Anyway, it's about 8.5 miles for us. We're gonna do about 1,500 feet, maybe a little less, 1,400 something feet of elevation gain. I just went down to the creek to see if water was running in case I got to get water, but it's not moving. It's there, but it's not moving. But there's these dogs that just came running through the woods. Were yelling at me. So anyway, we're gonna put some bug spray on, and we're gonna get at it. See you in a little bit. So coming down off the first little hill, this trail that I'm on goes across the two highest points in the Uwharrie. Little Long Mountain, which is kind of sounds like a contradictory statement, and King Mountain. So each one of them's like, I don't know how tall they are. We'll see when we get up there, but just climbed up this little hill right off the road, and this humidity's getting me already. I can tell you that right now. So luckily I got a lot of water with me, and then there's creeks all over the place if I need to get some more. Uwharrie Trail's marked pretty well. I think whether you're going south to north or north to south, this is the south to north section here. Whether you're going south to north or north to south, all the trees have these, just dropped one of my trekking poles. All the trees have these white marks on them, kind of like the Appalachian Trail. So, and then, there's a couple trails that branch off this, like Dutchman's Creek and stuff like that. That's further south, so we're not going to see any of that. So, it's pretty well marked. It's pretty well beaten down path. It's pretty well maintained. So this should be a good hike. We should really enjoy this. I should really enjoy this, I should say. And it should be a good time. And then we'll get home and I think steaks for dinner. So love you guys. So I've begun the ascent to the top of Little Long Mountain. I'm trying to remind myself that when you're going uphill, you got to try and stay neutral. When you're going downhill, you got to try and stay neutral. It puts less strain on your hamstrings, and they attach to your lower back muscles. And all that works together, right? So stay neutral. You heard it here first. So I was looking into the background of this forest and all the history that goes with it. And apparently, the Uwharrie people, it's a Native American tribe, would bend trees to mark a trail, whether it's a hunting trail or just passage or whatever. So this is a prominent thing on this trail. So, I'm not saying that this is a tree that they bent over to mark this trail, but wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility. Somewhere down there is a spring, but I was gonna go check it out, but we're in a drought, so there's probably not even water in it, so I didn't want to end up wasting my time. But bent tree, Uwharrie people used to say this. They used to bend trees to mark trails. So this is something cool. There's a quartz vein in this mountain or hill or whatever. kind of nifty. It runs all over the place. Look there, all over there. Might be some granite mixed with quartz or something. It's kind of cool. Normally where there's quartz, there's gold, but we're not the first ones here, so. So, we're at the top of King Mountain. This ain't no joke, man. The humidity is tough. So, we're gonna get some electrolytes in us. Eat a little something. Raspberry melon, sugar-free. Good luck. The worst part of this trail is over. Getting down is gonna suck, but not as bad as getting up to King Mountain, because man, that was something else. Break time. Just drank a bunch of electrolytes and leaning up against a rock. Pretty nice rock here. Just listen to the birds. God sent us a nice breeze through the trees. It's pretty peaceful up here on top of Uwharrie National Forest. This is just proof, you know, no matter where you're at, you know, God's creation is an amazing thing. It's beautiful out here. Had to change the headband. It was soaked with sweat. So I figured I'm going to represent the 301. PG County, baby. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Anyway, see you in a bit. Stopped at the shelter on the way back on Little Long Peak Mountain, because I had to look at my toes. I'm pretty sure I broke my pinky toe on my right foot. I'll put the picture of the toe on there, but no selling it. No selling the picture of my toe. But I'm pretty sure I broke that toe. And it's because of the downhills. And I was wearing Injinji toe socks. I think it was just too much. It was just pulling on it. So, you know, I took those socks off. I kind of sat here with my shoes off for a minute, and it feels better. So, I'm gonna make the trek back to the truck. Call it a day. So I took those toe socks off, and all of a sudden my toes feel much better. So I'm not sure. I don't think I'm gonna wear any more of those anymore. At least on a trail when I gotta come down off a mountain. But I know these don't compare to what I was climbing up in Alaska, but still, it's a pretty rocky trail. It's a pretty rocky trail. And there's some steep inclines on this thing. But you know, once you go up, you got to come down. So I think with the with the mix of the toe socks and coming down. My pinky toes didn't like it because it really got my right one and it was starting to eat up on my left one too. So I'm just gonna ditch the toe socks, I think. I'm wearing darn toughs right now. These are great socks. So let's get to the end of this thing. I made it back to the road. Coming down that last hill at the very end is worse than anything else. There's some stupid dogs again. There's another here. I'll stab them in the eye. I ran out of water about a half mile back, and there's not a lot of water to be had out here. So, learning things I learned. Bring more water. Don't do this when it's hot out and humid. This is as difficult, if not more difficult, than anything I did in Alaska. So, we're gonna get in the truck, turn the AC on. I got another bottle of water in there. I'm gonna chug that. And I'm gonna stop and get some water on the way home. Anyway, got to see a lot of God's creation today, even those dogs. But beautiful, beautiful stuff. And Jesus loves you. He died for you. Remember that.